introduce our speaker today, Brother Rashmi Kamdar, a long-standing devotee who will be sharing his devotional experiences and how Swami's blessings have guided his path. Brother Rashmi Kamdar has walked a deep and devoted spiritual journey, guided by the grace and blessings of our beloved Bhagwan Baba. Through his life experiences, he has witnessed Swami's love, guidance, and protection in many, many ways, reminding us how faith truly shapes and blesses our lives. His journey is one of deep faith, surrender, and gratitude. Very recently, Brother Rashmi Kamdar and his wife, Sister Jaya Kamdar, also celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary, a beautiful and inspiring milestone that reflects a life lived with love, commitment, and divine grace under Swami's guidance. With that, I warmly invite Brother Rashmi Kamdar to share his experiences with us.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Mukum karoti vachanam pangolangai tegiram yat kupa tramavande Parmanan Madham. I offer my most loving and humble gratitude and pranams to Swami to have brought me to this beautiful, holy and auspicious place to share my experiences with Swami, with all of you. I pray to him that he guides my every word and flow of thoughts. Jai Sai Ram to all my loving Sai family members, friends and relations who have made special effort to attend this special function as a part of our center's Youth Wing's new initiative for talks by devotees on last Sunday of every month. During Baba's 100th birthday celebration, I had given a talk, but the time given was very short and I could cover only a few of my experiences. By Swami's grace, I have been selected to give talk today, and since there are many devotees I can see who may not have been present in my earlier talk, I'll repeat what I said earlier. First, I'll start how I come to Baba. We first started coming to this center for bhajans in 1994 when Jaya's parents came to visit us in Nairobi for about 8, 10, 9 months. They wanted to attend Sai Bhajans. At that time, this center was a small house where the bhajan used to take place. In 1995, when we gone to India, my in-laws took us to Prashanti, and that was our first darshan of Swami. Since Jaya's parents accepted Baba as Bhagwan, it was not difficult for us to accept Baba as our Bhagwan. However, since I was brought up in Swaminarayan tradition, initially I was in dilemma in accepting Baba as my Bhagwan. And this became constant inquiry in my mind. One day I had a dream in which Swaminarayan Bhagwan was pointing towards Baba and told me that Sathya Sai Baba and I are one. From then onwards, I accepted Baba as my Bhagwan. However, I also continue to do my traditional Swaminarayan puja every morning, which I have been doing since I was 5 years old, and visit Swaminarayan temple regularly. After coming back to Nairobi, we continue to attend weekly bhajan in the center. In 1996 or so, when new committee was to be formed, I was approached by Brother Bauri to accept the position of spiritual coordinator. I was taken aback as I did not know much about Sai organization, as we were quite new, and I was also not aware of the duties attached to this position. Moreover, I did not know anything about bhajans regarding ragas, talas, and I was not singing bhajans also. At that time, senior brother Mehta, father of sister Ritu Mehta, was taking over as a chairman, and they all told me that it is Swami who selects the devotees for various positions and he will guide us. So reluctantly, accepted the position. I held this position for 5.5 years by the divine grace of Baba. Here I must add that my family had given full support during my tenure as spiritual coordinator. I was on duty on every Thursday evening, Saturday evenings, and Sunday mornings, and all festival days for bhajans, meditation, study circle, etc. Jaya was always with me in all these activities with full support, and our children were left at home and they had never complained. Jaya was also Balvika's guru at that time. And during that time, I was a group financial controller of a group of companies. I never used to come home before 8:30 p.m., including Saturdays. So I prayed to Swami to help me to reach in time to the center for all spiritual duties. And you will be happy to note that during my tenure, I was late for bhajans only 2 times. So the first time was all traffic was jammed and it was not moving. And second incident was when my car stopped on Upper Hill. It was a quiet area, no cars and people were around. This is the time when we did not have mobile phones also. At that time, local men came to see if he could help. I checked my pockets and I realized that I had no money. And I told him that I could not get his help as I had no money. But he insisted and they said he would still help. So I allowed him to look into the car. And to my surprise, he repaired my car in no time. And I thanked him and he went away. Later I was thinking, who can that be except Swami, who came and repaired the car without any money instantly. That was the second and last time that I was late for my duties in the center. I would now relate few experiences of where Baba made his presence felt in our lives. Our incident was, I think, in 1995, while returning from Prashanti. I brought quite a few books of Swami, mainly Sathya Sai Speaks and Vayani series, which are written by Swami. When I was returning to Kenya with family, we had a lot of luggage, including big box containing these books weighing about 20 kgs. My father-in-law told me that I should return the box of books to him in case a lot of excess baggage would have to be paid. At the airport, just when it was our turn to check in and weighing our luggage, the weighing machine at the counter got spoiled. The officer on duty allowed our full luggage through without any extra baggage charges. The weighing machine on the other counters were working and he could have used them to weigh our luggage, but he decided not to. How here I would like to add that I did not pray to Swami to help, but he showed his presence by above incident. In 1997 or so, we were going to India for holiday. My family had felt earlier and I was to follow later. At that time, Dr. Gadia had come to Nairobi and in one of the satsangs, he mentioned that there will be Paduka Puja in Prashanti and he mentioned that devotees who attend this puja and bring these padukas home means that Baba will be with you in your home always. So I thought that we should attend the puja. So I called Jaya to ask her to pay for the bookings for Paduka Puja. She told me that it will take place after our planned date of return to Kenya. But I insisted on booking Paduka Puja as spaces were limited and we could see what happens later. I prayed to Baba to help us to attend. As I mentioned, I was working as FC with a group. Some urgent work came up, and my departure to India was delayed by a few weeks. Accordingly, we also delayed our return to Nairobi, allowing us to attend for Paduka Puja with full family by loving grace of Swami. Golden, the Paduka Puja was organized by Senior Brother Chetya of Madurai under the divine permission of Swami. Brother Chetiyar was also presented golden chariot at that time to Swami. When we went to collect our Paduka, photo of Paduka, this is the Paduka we got after the puja, during the puja. The organization, Brother Chetiyar has kept Lucky Deep. This is the photo of we are in Paduka Puja and Jay and me are sitting there. Had kept the lucky dip for pulling Swami's golden chariot. I was one of the lucky people from our group, and from our group, Mamad Bhai, who is one of our trustees of this center, was also one of the 50-60 lucky people. We were asked to gather at 3 a.m. in the morning on the day when Swami was going to sit on the golden chariot for the first time. But Swami very reluctantly agreed to come at about 7 a.m. But he had different plans. We thought that we would be called, but to our surprise, chariot started moving. So, and chariot, this is the golden chariot where Swami sat for the first time. And we were told that Swami had decided that his student will pull the chariot. We were all very upset as we did not get the chance to pull the chariot. Brother Chetiyar went to Swami later and informed him about this. The Swami then told that all those group of people will be allotted special place during darshan in front of Swami's throne. During that darshan, Swami walked among us 4 to 5 times, and once he stood in front of me and I could touch his divine lotus feet also. This was also his divine lila. That day Swami announced that whoever had darshan of Swami in golden chariot will not have rebirth. That is, they will all have moksha. Our committee was asked to continue until two new projects which were undertaken by this committee are completed. One, our this particular center where we are currently enjoying all the activities. And earlier we had one small house which was extended with little bigger prayer hall and big shed and kitchen for Narayan Seva. Second was Sri Sathya Sai School Kisaju. Both these prestigious projects were completed by the divine grace of Bhagwan in the year 2000. Then our committee under leadership of very dear brother Kuldeep Singh Ji as chairman, brother Deepak Bauri as vice chairman, and myself as spiritual coordinator went to Prashanti with most of the professional people who were involved in the construction of our center like architects, civil engineers, electric with families, including our current trustee chairman, brother Hardeep Singh Sura and sister Jiti. Swami was very happy with both the projects and granted us two interviews in the same day. In the second interview, in the afternoon, Swami granted us Pad Namaskar, gave us Vibhuti packets, and I have put some Vibhuti out of this packet in all the containers here on the altar. So all the devotees get that Vibhuti here after the Aarti. So this is the Vibhuti packet. Baba gave us all few packets each. Baba allowed us to have photographs with him, and this is one of the photographs of us. He granted separate interviews to each family in the inner room. When my turn came, he called me and I told him that I am not with my family. Unfortunately, I did not take Jaya with us, and I always regret that. Our merciful Swami told me, I know, you come. Then I went to the inner room where I was alone with our most gracious, loving God. This is the photo. I did not know what to say to our dear Lord, who is the creator of the whole universe. I could only say to Swami that I want a place in your heart. And he told me that I am in your heart. When Swami himself says that he is in my heart, what can I say? What can I ask for more? And then the interview was over. In the outer interview room, I told Swami that Jaya is suffering from diabetes. So he answered, I know, I know. And he also added that she is sweet often. This shows that he is aware of everything about all of us always. Since I was spiritual coordinator, I prayed to Swami to give one of his robes for our center. The Swami told me, not for the center, I'll give one robe for each family. And he went inside and brought few robes and distributed one robe for each family of our group. And this is the photo of this robe. In the year 2000, I got very sick. All the lab reports and other tests showed that my kidneys were not functioning properly. My niece, Dr. Roma Kamdar, took me to the nephrologist. As I was very weak and dehydrated, I was admitted to MP Shah Hospital and nephrologist administered dialysis. In view of the seriousness of my health condition, we decided to go to Apollo Hospital in Chennai. Jaya's sister Veena had, through some sign devotee in Singapore, got me admitted under Dr. Mani, head of nephrology department in Apollo Hospital. They carried out various tests on me. They told me that I had multiple health problems like compromised kidney and adrenal gland functions, hypothyroid, and heart problem, mitral valve incompetence. They further carried out kidney biopsy to find out the condition of my kidneys. The result was both my kidneys were damaged. I sent these reports to Dr. Roma Kamdar back in Nairobi, who showed the nephrologist who treated me in MP Shah Hospital. He told Roma that my kidneys are badly damaged and I would be required to undergo dialysis 2-3 times in a week, which he informed me while we were still in Chennai. I went to Dr. Mani, who was my nephrologist in Apollo Hospital, informed him that informed me what doctor in Nairobi told. He mentioned that kidneys are damaged, but we will treat you in such a way that they do not get damaged further. He added that your kidneys were functioning properly and no dialysis is necessary then. When time comes, we'll deal with it. 26 years have passed. Since then, I did not require any dialysis until March when I was admitted in Aga Khan Hospital for high potassium and they had to put me on dialysis twice. This is the grace of our merciful Lord, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai. I will now go to the year 2002. I developed some heart problems and I went to consult cardiologist who advised in Nairobi, who advised that due to mitral valve which was leaking, my heart had expanded and needed surgery. So we decided to go to Apollo Hospital where I was already attached in Chennai. I consulted Dr. Satish Rao, who was my cardiologist there. After examining and doing ECG, echo, and other tests, he told us that my heart had expanded and I should have come to him much earlier. Anyhow, he wanted me to get admitted immediately in the hospital. I told him that I was waiting for my son Neeraj to come to Chennai, who was in USA at that time. I was I also told him that I would like to go to Puttaparthi for Swami's darshan before the operation. The doctors refused me that I am not in condition to travel. But I insisted that I would not go for operation without having his darshan. Reluctantly he agreed. Jaya and I went to Puttaparthi on Friday evening and we were supposed to return to Chennai on Sunday. I wanted to find out whether operation is necessary or so, no, or so. And if so, I wanted it to be done in Baba's super specialty hospital. On inquiring, I was told that they can only check me on Monday. At that time, Brother Kalyan Ray, who was working with UN in Nairobi, was in Puttaparthi, and we were in communication with him. He spoke to some senior person in the hospital, and I was told to go to super specialty hospital on Saturday morning. So after morning darshan, we went to the hospital. I was directed to see Dr. Iyer, cardiologist. He told me that I must get registered first before they can check. There was a big queue for registration, and I could not have registered before 5 to 6 hours. So Dr. Iyer sent his assistant to take me inside registration office without standing in the queue. Registration was done in 5 minutes. Dr. Iyer carried out ECG, echo and other tests. ECG and echo were done by Dr. Iyer himself so that I do not have to wait in the queue. After examination of all the reports, he told me that operation is necessary, but it cannot be done in the Baba's hospital as they did not have, as I had other health problems, and they did not have those departments in that hospital at that time. I got both answers from Baba through Dr. Iyer that I need the surgery, but it cannot be done in Swami's hospital. So we returned to Chennai and I got admitted in Apollo Hospital. By that time, Neeraj had also arrived from US. The surgery was to be carried out by Dr. Girinath, who was cardiothoracic surgeon and heading the cardiology department. He told us that this will be a major open heart surgery, either to repair mitral valve, which was leaking, or replace with artificial mitral valve. In case the valve could not be repaired within 5 hours. 5 hours. He told me that since I had other health problems, he cannot extend surgery time for more than 5 hours. So he wanted our permission that in case he cannot repair the valve within 5 hours, he will have no choice but to replace with artificial valve. The problem of putting artificial valve is that only certain thickness of blood can pass through the artificial valve. And I would require to get my blood checked every 2-3 weeks to check about the thickness and keep on adjusting the dosage of medicine to maintain required thickness. We gave the necessary permission to the doctor in writing. Now, before the surgery, I got two divine blessings. One from Bab Swaminarayan temple, Gadara, in Gujarat. Our one Dr. Swami, called me in my room in Apollo Hospital from Gujarat. He was a medical doctor and he studied with my eldest brother, Dr. Kamdar, in Mumbai. After qualifying as a doctor, he became Swamiji under Pramukh Swami, who was the head of Bab Swaminarayan Sansthan. He wanted to know the full details of my surgery, which I explained. Then he told me that he will pray to Swaminarayan Bhagwan and Sadguru Sri Pramukh Swami Maharaj, that everything will go smoothly. Not only that, Dr. Swami also called Bab Swaminarayan temple in Chennai and requested the Swamiji in that temple to visit me in the hospital and give blessings. So two Swamiji with other devotees came to my room with Bhagwan's photo. So this is the photo was given to me as a blessing. And garlands and prasad and blessed me. The second blessing was one gentleman unknown to us came to my room before the surgery and gave two sets of Shirdi Sai Baba's Murti. This is the statue he gave. Uh, then Sathya Sai Baba's photo and Vibhuti. He told my family that one set is for me and another set is for the doctor who will carry out the surgery. He blessed me and went away. In such a big hospital, everybody must be knowing that Apollo is a very, very big hospital. How can anyone know that I am a Sai devotee except Swami to come and bless me and give above items? This is again Swami's Leela. Before the surgery, doctor told us that we should arrange 6 pints of blood in case they have to give me the blood during or after the surgery. So Jaya's cousins could only give 2 or 3 pints of blood. For the rest, it was announced in Sundaram Science Center. And from there, about 5 to 6 devotees came and gave blood. So instead of 6 pints, hospital got 8 pints of blood. Now see the Swami's Leela. Doctor told after the surgery that despite the open heart surgery and for over 5 hours, they did not have to give even one drop of blood. By Swami's grace, the surgery was successful and doctor could repair the mitral valve. He did not have to replace it with artificial. He did not have to replace. After the surgery, I was moved to ICU. Subsequently, doctor informed my family that my heartbeats are not picking up and next 48 hours are very critical. Further tests showed that fluid had collected in my chest and had to undergo another surgery to move the fluid. After that also, heart functions were not picking up as they had expected and I was put on ventilator. I was unconscious for 2 3 days. Being on steroids, my immunity was low. So they had moved me to big isolated ICU room where I was kept alone. And my condition was very serious. They had kept two nurses on duty for 24 hours. One nurse just to monitor the functioning of my heart on computer and the other for my other needs. I think I regained consciousness after 2 days or so. And I realized my condition was very serious. Because of the ventilator, one tube was going through my mouth. So they had fixed one tube through my nose to give fluid to liquid diet. They fixed two lines, one for giving medicine, one for taking blood for various tests as and when they required. There was stitches on my chest and because of surgery. Due to this, I could not move at all in my bed. Every day in the morning at about 5 a.m., X-ray team will come with mobile X-ray unit to my room to take my chest X-ray to see if there is any improvement in my heart conditions. Dr. Girinath, who had operated, would come to visit me with his cardio doctor's team every day at about 11 a.m. After 5, 6 days, doctor, after seeing the latest X-ray, told his team that there is no improvement in the heart condition and how long they can keep the ventilator. He was looking very worried. Because of all these tubes and lines, I could not speak at all, but I could listen to their conversation. And I thought in my mind that I may live maybe another 2, 3 days until they do not remove ventilator. Because I was in ICU, no visitors were allowed except the family. That to one person in the morning for half an hour and another in the evening for half an hour. When Jarna came in the evening on sixth day, I told her to bring Swami's Lingam healing photo. She brought it in the evening, next day evening. And there was only one lay in the whole ICU room, and it was and Baba's photo was fixed on that. Luckily, it was in such a position that I could see him from my bed. And this is the Lingam photo, and Baba has told that this is a healing photo of the Lingam. So whenever we have any problem, health, we can pray, and this Lingam is a healing Lingam. And it was such a position. At about 11 p.m., I prayed to Swami that I must, if I must to leave this this way for rest of my life, please take me to your charan. Before praying, I was thinking, what will happen to my family? But very next moment, I realized that it is Swami who takes care. I did not pray to Swami for my recovery. When next day morning, 5 a.m., X-ray team came and took X-ray for my heart. After about an hour, one cardiothoracic surgeon who was on night duty came running to me. This doctor, this doctor was Punjabi but born and brought up in Baroda. So he could speak Gujarati fluently and he became friendly to me as I am Gujarati. He used to talk to me in Gujarati and I used to reply to him in writing as I could not speak. So he came and told me that Kamdar, there is a great improvement in your heart condition. But he said, I don't want to say anything in detail. Let your doctor come and say what he feels. I wrote thank you to him, thank you note to him in writing. And doctor told me not to thank him. He said that you brought Baba's photo yesterday and he has done this miracle. These are the words of cardiothoracic surgeon. These were the doctor's words. Dr. Girinath, as usual, came on his round with his team at about 11 a.m. and saw the X-ray carefully, told his team of doctors that there is a great improvement in the heart and they should remove the ventilator in the afternoon. and that was the eighth day in the ICU. After the surgery, from that day onwards, there was improvement in my health only. Swami gave me second life in the year 2002 like this, and now we are in 2026. I was transferred to private room after 22 days in ICU, and totally I was in hospital for 40 days. By Swami's grace, all the doctors who were treating me in Apollo Hospital for my various health problems were one of the best doctors in their respective fields, not only in hospital but in India. Dr. Mani, Chief of Nephrology Department, was honored with Padma Bhushan by Government of India. Dr. Girinath, Chief of Cardiology Department, who did my operation, was also honored with Padma Bhushan by Government of India. Dr. Shiv Gyana Sundram was one of the best endocrinologists in the country. He was my doctor for adrenal gland problem and hypothyroidism. There was one more problem after the surgery. My left hand was swollen more than twice the size of my normal hand, and it was not at all functioning. I could not pick even a small spoon with that hand. So after I started speaking in the hospital, I complained to doctor and who referred me to neurosurgeon. He told me that after such major operation, sometimes there may be a clot in the brain, and because of that, hand might have got swollen. The neurosurgeon came and he carried out various tests and told me that there was nothing wrong in the brain and my hand was swollen, maybe due to some side effects. He then put me on giving electric shocks to my hand as a treatment. One lady used to come to my room twice a day to give electric shock for about half an hour each time to revive my hand. There was no improvement until I was discharged. As Dr. Girinath wanted to see me after 3 months, we continued to live in Chennai for another 3 months. During these 3 months, the same lady used to come to give electric shock treatment to my home and for my hand, and he agreed to come to our home to treat. Almost after 3 months, there was no improvement. So before leaving for Nairobi, I again went to neurosurgeon in Apollo Hospital. He examined and told me that there is nothing wrong with your hand, but it will take at least about 6 months before it becomes normal. I asked him whether I could drive the car or not, because in Nairobi we have to drive the cars. He told me that not for 6 months at least. After reaching home in Chennai, which was Jaya's sister's flat where we were staying, I sat in front of Baba's chair and prayed to Baba. Suddenly I felt that I should chant Gayatri Mantra 3 times twice a day and put vibhuti on affected hand. After a day or so, we left for Nairobi. After reaching here, I continued chanting Gayatri Mantra. After 3 4 days, I went out with my driver, and when we were reaching near our home, I suddenly felt improvement in my this left hand, and I asked my driver to park in the side. I told him that let me drive. I could drive without any difficulties, and my hand became completely normal in less than a week after the surgeon had told me that it will take at least 6 months more. This is our Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai. Before leaving Chennai, we went to see Dr. Satish Rao, who was my cardio consultant, and to thank him and all the doctors, nursing, and support staff who looked after me so well. At that time, Dr. Satish Rao told that during last 3 months, there were three most critical cases. And among those three cases, he said that my case took the cake. And it was that critical and serious. Now listen carefully. He said the doctors had given up on me. And, and, but he told me that you had the divine hand of your Baba protecting you. So you are here talking to me. This is our Bhagwan, says the Sai Baba. In addition to this, the devotees of our center were praying, devotees of our center were praying for my recovery in all bhajan sessions. My family members, including Jaya, my mother-in-law, my children, and Jaya's two sisters and their family members, were praying continuously for me. We had a friend in Muscat, and he had a science center in his house only. He told us that they were also praying for me in all their bhajan sessions in their center. It is said that one is lucky if someone else prays for your health. Dear brothers and sisters, I had the whole Sai fraternity praying for my complete recovery. Our merciful Bhagwan heard these collective prayers and blessed me with second life. By the divine grace of Lord, 24 years have passed since that major surgery, and I am giving this talk to you, all of you today. After arriving in Nairobi, I was told by two ardent devotees who had dreams of Swami about me, which I reasoned. One is Sister Jiti Sura. She came to our house with brother Hardeep Singh and narrated that she got a dream when I was in hospital and was very serious. In the dream, she saw me lying in the hospital bed and Bhagwan Baba was there and told her that I would fully recover and there is nothing to worry about. That was first. And second, Brother Uday Bali, he was our youth coordinator at that time. He told us that he also had a dream. In a dream, he saw me lying in the hospital bed and he saw Prema Sai Baba standing near me, my bed, and taking care of me. So these are the two incidents I came to know after coming back to Nairobi. And this is Swami's grace. This is our merciful and compassionate Lord who takes care of all of us when we have full faith in Him. I still have multiple health problems, as mentioned above, since 2000. I am on medication including steroid and on a strict diet. The most important medicine that I take without fail is Swami's Vibhuti. You can read this. The only divine healing medicine. It is not just for devotees, it is for all who wants protection from every type of disease, ever with time blessings. I I still have multiple health problems. That I take this vibhuti. There was another photo also. In spite of the periodical health issue, our dear Lord has been taking care of me all these years. Dear brothers and sisters, what were the lessons I learned from these experiences? One is grace is supreme. We have to go through our accumulated karmas. However, Baba says, and I quote, God's grace can cancel all your karmic effect or evil effect of your past lives. Nothing untoward can happen to you. Grace acts as a shield against the rigors of karma, allowing those with faith to overcome it. Second, how to obtain this grace? Grace is obtained through complete surrender, sincere prayer, and diminishing the ego. He is present, then another thing is His present. He repeatedly gave His assurance by guiding us throughout, right from year 2000 to 2002, by timely advice of the cardiologist from super specialty hospital, to get the surgery done at Apollo Hospital, and message from Swaminarayan Temple, and mysterious present from stranger of Sai Baba's Murti, Sathya Sai Baba's photo, and Vibhuti. In this way, he showed his presence. These experiences of Swami during our trying period made our faith grow deeper and stronger. We are grateful to Swami for instilling this in us. This is the photo of Swami when I was in Prashanti, and Swami came to give darshan, and I was sitting in that corner, and our youth member, Brother Dev, find this video and send it to us. So I'm showing it to you. Our Lord is so merciful that He listens to all our prayers and answers them when the time is right. As the devotees of our Lord, we must ensure that our Lord, our love, faith, and devotion for Him should not be affected despite our prayers are not being answered or delayed, as He knows what is best for us. भगवान के घर में देर है अंधेर नहीं, but I feel there is no dare also, but we do not have enough patience. Thank you all for listening to me patiently. I also thank all of you on behalf of my family for your presence here, which is a great blessing for us. Jai Sai Ram.